Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Today I have the Zephyrus G14 AMD based gaming laptop. This was actually on sale at Best Buy for $11.99, so about $200 to $300 off of its normal price. The reason why I picked this up is with the Razer Blade. That is around an $1,800 laptop, and it is very similarly spec'd. The biggest differences being that for the G14, you are going to be getting the AMD 4900 series chip, which knocks the Intel 10th generation chips out of the water. And this is going to have the 2060 Max-Q, which is just an underclocked version of the regular RTX 2060. I am going to end up making a video comparing these two laptops and seeing which one I'm going to keep, because as you know, Best Buy is going to honor returns this holiday season until like January 2nd or January 6th. So without further ado, let me check this box out. Now this box, I really like the attention to detail that they went with it. I do like how they have these like dots here, which mimics what the actual back of the laptop is going to look like. Other than that, nothing too crazy. Just got this piece of ASUS tape right here that I am going to cut. I will get this show on the road. Okay, without further ado, let's see what we got. I do like the handle as well. Oh, that's fancy. I don't know if you guys can really quite catch that, but as you lift the box, the laptop lifts up as well. Okay, let me get this bad boy out of here. I'm gonna get right into this in a second, but I can already tell I am in love with how this thing looks. But let me put this thing to the side. So what actually lifted it up was that box right there. So inside this box, what do we have? They honestly, oh no, there's something in there. Okay, warranty information, got somewhat of a starting guide of some sort, reward, my warranty card, we also have just usual books and whatnot, pluck them and file them, as the great Flossie Carter would say. But all of that was in this big old box with the ASUS logo on it. And then this seems empty. Yeah, pretty sure that's empty, so I'm gonna leave that. But I will get into this little box over here where we have the charger. Okay, so it's missing the other connection, so I'm going to assume this is it right here. Okay. Just a regular schmegular charger. And this charging brick has the ASUS logo on it, and it connects via whatever this connection is called. The laptop does support USB-C charging on one of the ports, I believe up to 65 watts, so that is something to keep in mind. But if you wanted to know the specs of this charger, it's looking like a 180 watt charger, 50 to 60 hertz, so your standard American charger here. I'm not really sure what you would be getting if you were any other place, but I got this from Best Buy in the United States. So this is what we're rocking here. This is actually pretty small compared to the Razer charger. Let me actually go grab that really quick. So for comparison, here is the Razer charger. This is a 230 watt power brick. This one is the 180 watts from Asus for the G14. It's a little shorter, but also a little thinner. It's just something to keep in mind when you're carrying this around in a backpack with you. But I do have to say, Razer's attention to detail with the braided cable is something to pay attention to. I do kind of like this, but at the same time, I don't really mind just a regular cable either way. So now that we have gone over all the super exciting stuff like the charger and whatnot, it's time to get into the computer. So here is the Zephyrus G14. Now where is a plasticky pull tab? Okay, looks like we got something in the corner here. Let me get the other one. What a beaut. Now, it's really hard to put into words just how awesome the build quality of this thing is. From all the videos that I've seen of it, I always thought it looked a little plasticky and it would feel that way, but this feels like really high quality aluminum. I would honestly put this very relative to the Razer or like 2015 MacBook kind of feel. The only thing that kind of sets it apart in a way is this very aggressive exhaust design over here. But I do like the very clean white look with that subtle logo over here. No RGB craziness or anything like that. This is a very nice, very clean laptop, and if this aggressive cooling back here is able to keep it cool as much as it looks like it would, then I'm going to be happy. On the underside here, nothing too crazy. There is a lot of room for fans to come in and do their magic. We have these little feet to keep this lifted up off your desk. And one thing to keep in mind as well is that when you do open this laptop, it lifts off the desk. And this is very nice. So let me just try and get a better angle. So when you lift the laptop, you can lift it with one hand and it raises off the desk ever so slightly to promote airflow down there. Now this is a 120 Hz 1080p panel. I think it has something like 3 milliseconds response time. Dave 2D on his unit said that he did experience ghosting. I am going to get into that myself and try and see if I do notice anything. The only gripes I have just initially are this chin down here and the keyboard. It looks just gamery, especially the space bar. I really do like the grid that Razer has on their keyboards, but honestly, I do like the key travel. Let me just do a little typing. Yeah, I think I could get used to this. So this does have the Ryzen 4000 series. This is the 4900, the 2060 Max-Q terabyte SSD. Pretty much just a beast of a machine at a steal of a price for $11.99. That is just, I had to try it out. And honestly, this just looks super, super clean. So let me power this up. And as I'm powering it up, I would like to talk about the whole, I might need to plug this in really quick. Okay, pause. Before I get this thing powered on, I would like to go over the I/O really quick. You have the little power connector, an HDMI port, a USB-C port. This is the one that you'll be using for charging, I believe, at 65 watts. This is a headset and microphone port. Over here, 2 USB type A's and your USB-C. Now, it is important to note that with this machine, since it does have that AMD chip, that it will not support Thunderbolt 3, but honestly, I found with the Razer Blade that I didn't really find myself using or needing it at all, especially since all the high refresh rate screens most of the time use a display port, so it's just kind of not useful unless you want to go the eGPU route, which, I mean, you can, but honestly, if I'm going to shell $300 on a case and like $500 on a GPU, I'd rather just build a PC at that point. But that's personal preference. So now that I got that out of the way, let me continue dealing with this and trying to get it plugged in behind my desk. Okay, power is now applied to the laptop. So without further ado, let's get this bad boy up. The charging symbol. Now, I'm not sure if that means that it didn't come with any juice or it just needed me to have the charging cable in order to start the initial boot sequence, because that was something that actually was a thing with a Razer Blade 15. So this thing's getting powered on. Republic of Gamers, nice. That's a pretty gamerish little boot sound with a little katana and whatnot. Now, I will also say that this computer, if you're a huge fan of RGB, it only has a white backlit keyboard.
Hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help.
Yeah, thanks.
A little.
Okay, let me plug in some of my info, and then we're going to pick up from there. One thing that is pretty neat that I totally forgot about was that this computer actually does have a fingerprint sensor. So I am assuming that the power button is a fingerprint sensor, and that it is. So I will go ahead and set that up. It is important to know that this computer does not have a webcam. In a time where a lot of us are doing Zoom calls and things of that nature, whatever it may be, as an actual webcam may be a huge priority for some of you. So just letting you know, if you need a webcam built into the computer, this does not have it. As I download all the drivers that I need for NVIDIA and downloading Google Chrome and all that, I have had to type in my password and whatnot a couple times with this keyboard, and I have to say, first impressions, I really do like how this thing types. However, the small little trackpad, it can be a little troublesome, but if you have a gaming laptop, chances are you're going to be carrying around a gaming mouse with you as well. So that's not too big a deal for me, really. I mean, it works really fine. It's just small, but I think they made it small to fit all of this like key space here, because there's a lot of function keys up here. Play, pause, mute. It looks like there's actually a function key for a fan and all sorts of different things. I will get into that in the full review. If you guys have any questions, please leave it down in the comments below. I am really just an everyday dude who is barely getting into gaming laptops and stuff, and I would love to hear what you guys would like to hear. That way I could give you the best content possible. And always like, comment, subscribe. Anything that you can do to support the channel. Hey, just if you want to have a conversation with me in the comments down below, I would love to. And I also want to make a video comparing this laptop to the Razer Blade 15 2020 base model, which I still have. So if you guys have any questions that you'd like me to answer on that, leave it in the comments down below. I'm really excited to make that comparison video, because honestly, I was looking YouTube, trying to compare these two, and nothing really just spoke to me to help me make the decision either way. I am a nerd, but I am not like a crazy geek bench this, clock this, and whatnot. I just really want to give you what a real use case scenario with these machines is. Right away, I do love the 14-inch form factor on this. If this thing with the AMD and the 2060 can power a monitor, and then also take that power on the go in such a small form factor, I don't think the Blade can really stand up to this. But if this thing has any trouble cooling, or if that max Q is going to be a little bit shaky compared to the RTX 2060, then I really want to put this thing through the paces and see if it could hold up to the Razer Blade's performance. So if you guys like me to test some games or whatever, just let me know and I'll be sure to try and address that in the video. So one thing that is very nice is that this comes with a Wi-Fi 6 card in it. I have 200 megabits per second download internet. This gives me 196. I was a little bummed at first that this didn't come with the Ethernet connection. I know it will still be a little bit more stable if I were to use an Ethernet like I do on the Blade, but with this kind of return, I really can't complain. Alright you guys, so I will be spending the rest of tonight setting this thing up and getting everything that I need downloaded on it. Call of Duty, Street Fighter, DaVinci Resolve. I will be doing some tests on how well this thing renders video, how fast it is. I know that this CPU may do better in Adobe Premiere, and with the 2060 Resolve, it's going to probably slice through 4K footage like butter. I am just super excited to test this thing out. Again, if you guys have any questions, comments, or would just like to inform me of something, please leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Later.